The journey begins where the maps end. We travel by boat, up a winding, muddy river, leaving the familiar world far behind us. The air grows thick and heavy, filled with the scent of damp earth and blooming flowers we cannot name. Here, in the remote swamplands of Papua, nature reigns supreme. Giant mangrove trees form a dense canopy overhead, their tangled roots gripping the soft soil like ancient fingers. Sunlight struggles to pierce the gloom, casting long, shifting shadows across the dark water. The world becomes a labyrinth of green and brown, a place untouched by time. Strange sounds echo through the trees. The calls of exotic birds, unlike any heard elsewhere, create a constant, mysterious chorus. A sudden splash in the water could be a crocodile, or something else entirely. The river itself seems alive, its currents whispering secrets as we push deeper into the jungle's heart. Mist hangs low over the landscape, clinging to the treetops and blurring the line between water and sky. It is a world of breathtaking beauty and profound mystery, a place that demands respect from all who enter. We are merely visitors in this vast, ancient kingdom. Every twist and turn of the river reveals a new vista of untamed wilderness. The sheer scale of it is humbling. Great forests stretch as far as the eye can see, a living, breathing expanse of biodiversity. The silence is broken only by the hum of insects and the gentle lapping of water against our boat. It feels as if we are traveling back in time, to an era when humans were just one small part of a much larger, wilder world. The air is so pure, the sounds so raw, it awakens a primal sense within us. In this remote realm, every shadow seems to hold a secret. The jungle is not just a collection of plants and animals, it is a complex, interconnected system. Each creature, from the smallest insect to the largest predator, plays a vital role. The constant hum of life is a reminder that we are intruders here, stepping into a world that has its own rules, its own rhythms. The journey is not just a physical one. It is a journey into the unknown, a passage into a world that has remained hidden from modern eyes for centuries. As we venture further, we begin to see signs of human life. A small, thatched hut appears on the riverbank, almost hidden by the dense foliage. These are the lands of the Asmat people. They are the guardians of this mysterious world, a tribe whose existence is woven into the very fabric of the jungle. For generations, they have lived in these mangrove swamps, their culture shaped by the rhythms of the tides and the spirits of the forest. They are a people of immense strength and profound artistic talent, known for their intricate wood carvings and vibrant rituals. The Asmat are not just inhabitants of this land, they are part of it. Their connection to the natural world is deep and spiritual. They see the forest not as a resource to be exploited, but as a living entity, filled with ancestors and spirits. The trees, the rivers, the animals, all are sacred. To outsiders, they may seem mysterious, even intimidating. But this mystery stems from a way of life that is profoundly different from our own. They are a people who live in a world where the spiritual and the physical are one and the same. Their villages are built on stilts along the riverbanks, a practical adaptation to the tidal floods that regularly sweep through the low-lying lands. Longhouses, known as yu, serve as the ceremonial centers of the community, where men gather to carve, plan rituals, and connect with the spirit world. The Asmat move through this challenging environment with an ease that is born of centuries of accumulated knowledge. They navigate the labyrinthine waterways in long, dugout canoes, their movements as graceful and certain as the birds that fly overhead. Their
presence is a quiet testament to human resilience. To approach the Asmat is to approach a culture that has been fiercely preserved. Their world is one of oral traditions, where stories and wisdom are passed down from one generation to the next. They are known for their powerful wood carvings, which are not merely decorative objects. Each carving is a bridge to the spirit world, a way to honor ancestors and maintain balance with the forces of nature. The Asmat are the keepers of secrets, the protectors of a sacred way of life that has endured in one of the world's last great wildernesses.
Life for the Asmat is a delicate dance with nature. Their daily existence is governed by the ebb and flow of the tides and the bounty of the forest and river. Women play a central and vital role in this harmony. They are the primary providers of food, venturing into the swampy forests to gather sago palm, a starchy staple that forms the core of the Asmat diet. With incredible skill, they fell the palms and process the pulp, a laborious task that sustains their families. Their knowledge of edible plants, roots, and insects is vast and encyclopedic. In this close relationship with their environment, tradition dictates a life of simplicity. It is not uncommon to see women going about their daily tasks bare-chested, their bodies adorned with simple, natural ornaments. This is not a sign of privation, but a cultural practice that reflects their deep connection to the natural world. It is a state of being that is as natural to them as the air they breathe. Their harmony with nature is complete, a physical and spiritual state that has been maintained for countless generations. They move with a quiet confidence, their lives interwoven with the cycles of the jungle. The men, in turn, are the hunters and protectors. They venture out in their canoes to fish in the rivers and hunt for wild boar and cassowary in the forests. Hunting is not a sport. It is a sacred act, undertaken with great respect for the animal's spirit. Every part of the animal is used, nothing is wasted. This deep-seated respect for nature ensures the sustainability of their resources. The men are also the master carvers, channeling their spiritual beliefs into magnificent sculptures, shields, and drums that are renowned throughout the world for their power and beauty. Children grow up immersed in this world. They learn from a young age how to read the forest, how to understand the language of the river, and how to respect the spirits that dwell within the land. They learn by watching their elders, absorbing the practical skills and spiritual wisdom needed to survive and thrive. An Asmat child learns to paddle a canoe almost as soon as they can walk. Their playground is the jungle itself, a place of wonder and learning. This intimate upbringing ensures that the ancient knowledge of the Asmat is carried safely into the future. For centuries, the remoteness of the Asmat lands has fueled rumors, and honestly, a lot of sensational stories among outsiders. Tales of headhunting and cannibalism have long been associated with the tribe, painting a fearsome and often inaccurate picture. It is true that, in the past, ritual headhunting was a central part of Asmat cosmology. But it wasn't an act of wanton violence. It was a complex ritual tied to their belief system. It was a way to avenge the deaths of ancestors and restore balance to the spiritual world. The practice was deeply symbolic, really, a part of a cycle of life, death, and revenge. However, it is crucial to understand that these practices largely ceased decades ago, following contact with the outside world and the influence of missionaries and government officials. To define the Asmat people solely by these past rituals is to ignore the richness and complexity of their present-day culture. The sensationalism that often surrounds them overshadows their incredible artistry, their deep ecological wisdom, and their profound spirituality. It reduces a vibrant living culture to a dark caricature, which does them a great disservice. The Asmat of today are not the fearsome warriors of colonial-era tales. Many other myths are simply untrue, born from misunderstanding and a lack of respect. The whispers of a savage, primitive people fail to see the intricate social structures and sophisticated knowledge systems that govern Asmat life. Their way of living is not a sign of being backward, but a highly successful adaptation to one of the most challenging environments on Earth. Their ability to live in harmony with their surroundings is a form of wisdom that, honestly, many in the modern world have lost. We must be careful not to judge what we do not understand. True understanding requires us to look beyond the myths. It requires us to approach their culture with humility and an open mind. We must listen to their stories, not the sensationalized tales told by others. By doing so, we can begin to appreciate the true nature of the Asmat people. They are artists, storytellers, and ecologists. They are a community bound by family, tradition, and a sacred connection to their ancestral lands, respecting their privacy and their right to tell their own story is the first step toward bridging the gap between our worlds. The Asmat's most profound secret is perhaps the simplest: their complete and utter harmony with the environment. In a world where humanity is increasingly disconnected from nature, the Asmat offer a powerful lesson. They do not see a division between themselves and the jungle. They are one and the same. Their spiritual beliefs reinforce this connection, teaching that the spirits of their ancestors reside in the trees and that all living things possess a life force. This worldview fosters a deep and abiding respect for the natural world, a respect that is woven into every aspect of their lives. This wisdom is passed down through generations, not in books, but in stories, rituals, and daily practice. A father teaches his son how to carve a canoe paddle, explaining how the spirit of the tree lives on in the wood. A mother teaches her daughter which plants provide healing and which are poisonous. This is knowledge born from thousands of years of observation, trial, and error. It is a science of survival, a library of ecological wisdom that is as precious as any written text. The jungle is their teacher, and they are its most devoted students. As the modern world encroaches, this ancient wisdom is under threat. Deforestation, pollution, and the pressures of assimilation all pose a danger to the Asmat way of life. Yet, their culture has shown remarkable resilience. They continue to practice their rituals, carve their magnificent art, and pass their knowledge on to their children. Their story is a poignant reminder of what we stand to lose when we fail to protect the world's indigenous cultures. Their survival is intertwined with the survival of the very forests they call home, one of the last great wildernesses on our planet. We may never fully comprehend the depths of Asmat cosmology or the intricate meanings behind their rituals. Perhaps we are not meant to. Their world is their own, guarded by the mists of the jungle and the spirits of their ancestors. But their story inspires us to look at our own world differently. It challenges us to reconsider our relationship with nature and to respect the wisdom of those who live in harmony with it. The Asmat teach us that there are other ways of being, other ways of knowing, and in respecting what we do not understand, we may just find a wiser path forward for ourselves.